Hello, I got myself a new Xtrons head unit. It's an Android 11 head unit. My old one was Android 10, so we've upgraded. Let's look inside. We've got a nice user manual this time, full colour, properly printed book, unlike the sheet of paper in the last one. Some promotional stickers, and the head unit itself with a ton of wire. We'll sort that wire out in a second because we don't need most of it, but it's good to have. I've also got the little USB DAB radio this time. I didn't have one of those before, so we'll install that, see how that works. And the head unit itself, which appears to be hermetically sealed for my protection from something. I won't open it now. We'll open that when we put it in the car. So these are the connections on the back. I noticed there's less than the previous unit. They've clearly simplified things. So let's take a look at the cables and see what we've got. There's a huge bag full of cables. It's quite daunting really if you've never put a stereo in before to see this many cables, but they very quickly simplify down. If you notice there's two, well, let's look at this first. That's the aerial adapter from the car aerial to the unit. There are these two large connectors. Now they're two different types. It depends what you've got in your car. Mine doesn't have that one. Mine has this one. So that's one lead gotten rid of. This is a lead for external audio amplifiers and speakers. I'm not using anything like that, so we don't need that. And there we are. We're just down to the reversing camera loom and the main loom, which is all you need to install the system with a reversing camera. This little bag contains USB header leads. I think there are 3 USB ports. There's a single one on this wire, a double one on that wire, giving you 3 USB inputs. The DAB radio will take 1. This is the GPS antenna. I'll fit that in a second. So all we need to do now then, as before, is head down to the garage. Let's put all this in the box. I'll see you in the car. Okay, here we are in the car. I've popped the original head unit back in so you can see how we start from scratch. To get the original head unit out, all you do is pull this fascia off. The sides, if you pull them slightly towards the middle, they come out easier than just pulling them forward, and then the top comes out quite easily. Disconnect the hazard warning button. Just push that little button there and pull the plug out. That's that done. Then you've just got 4 hex screws holding the head unit in. So let's do the obligatory sped up video while the hand takes those screws out, and then we can yank the actual head unit from the car. There we go. Right, I've put a towel on the gear stick. I'll keep saying that, but that's my top tip for this video. Here comes the old head unit. You'll find there are 3 things plugged into the back. There's the FM radio antenna, the big CAN bus plug, and a DAB radio antenna. So that's what you should be left with. There's the FM radio, there's the DAB radio, which we aren't going to use, and the CAN bus. Okay, let's talk about installing the radio into this cavernous hole. There's the radio. First thing I would recommend is a towel. Get a towel to protect your radio from your gear stick. Now, I've pre-wired everything. So this is the original car antenna with the adapter that Xtrons give you. You'll notice that there are two outlets on the original antenna. You only need one of them. I went for that one just randomly and it works fine. So that's what we do with that. This is the existing car CAN bus connector. Now then, I've had to wire a DAB aerial and a GPS aerial. That's the GPS aerial there. That just goes down through the back of the glove box through, and it comes out here. Come on, focus. And I've installed a DAB radio aerial, which is up here, stuck to the window. That goes down the car pillar through the back of the glove box and comes out here. I should interrupt myself here to point out that I didn't actually use the DAB radio aerial I stuck to the window. I bought this adapter from Amazon for £8, and I used the car's existing DAB radio aerial. It was a tidier solution, so this is what I did. It works great. What else have we got through there? We've got the dash cam. The dash cam is up here somewhere. There it is. There's the dash cam. That goes along the top edge of the window and then down that pillar and through the glove box like the other wires do. You can take that pillar off. Just take that little airbag plastic thing out. Be careful. Small screwdriver. Just ping it out. And then there's a screw behind there, and then the whole thing just lifts off. It's easy. Right, so let's connect it all up. So the dash cam comes down as we discussed, and it comes out on a USB lead. You get supplied this white plug to 2 USB sockets. This is the DAB radio, that goes in one. The dash cam goes in the other. So they're now both presented on this tiny white connector. And then I shall shove that into the huge cavern at the back because there's nothing going in there. The bottom of the radio is just a big space. Right, so that's the USB presented now for the dash cam and the DAB radio. We're almost ready to start connecting things. This is the loom that you get with the system. This is the plug that connects to the car's existing system. This goes into the back of the radio, and so does this. Don't forget this one. This one's important, as I learned to my cost. Right, now then, there's a little hooks on either side in there. If you look at this plug, there's a little grabber thing there. So you open that. That grabber thing will go around those hooks. And when you close the gate like that, that holds it all together. As I said, we're only interested in these two bits, the black plug and the white plug. Everything else is going to vanish into there. The shortest wire I've got is this one. This is the single USB that I've fed through to the glove box so I can plug media in. So let's plug it all together, see what happens. So this is a HDMI output on the back of the Xtrons if you wanted a monitor somewhere else. If you've got kids, thank God I haven't got kids, but you could have a monitor in the back for them. So you plug the antenna into there. This is why you have a big towel at the front. I'll do that last because it's got a lot of length on it. This little harness here is the reversing camera harness. If you look at my other video, I show you how to install the reversing camera. It's just a yellow plug to the back and a power wire to the back. And that goes in the end socket. So this is the dual USB. This is the single USB. Now you need the big, this is the white plug off of the CAN bus adapter. And now you need the black plug from the CAN bus adapter. Plug that in. The only thing left to plug in now is the GPS antenna, which is this, and this goes on here. Turn that hand out of the way. Do it up. So, antenna, 4 white plugs, black plug. That's everything. Now then, I like to just offer it up and then power it up, because otherwise, if you've done something wrong, you're taking it all out again. Right, the first time you switch it on, you think that's not an instant boot, but the second time you switch it on, it's good. I've already changed the badge to be a VW because it's going in a Passat. So it's booting. and it started. Obviously there's no radio stations tuned in.
And you know, it's just common courtesy to me.
Right, so the radio works.
Great callers today.
The Wi-Fi is working.
Shouting to the top.
DAB radio, first time you run it does that. Here's the signal strength. It goes up.
Well, no, but you know, I'm 19.
That's working.
No, I know.
MP3 player. Oh, you have to tell it where your MP3s are. Mine are on USB-D. There we go. That works. Howard Stern Show, my favourite. Waze. Yep, it knows where we are. What else have we got? We've got a dash cam. There we go. It's just mounted itself. The flashing red light means it's recording. The microphone crossed out means it's not recording me. There's my front garden. Oh, my drive. Just put it into reverse. And my garage. So the reversing camera is working. Okay, I think I'm safe to put all the screws back in. Okay. Voila. What's the real startup time of this unit? I take the key out, it powers off. Right, the car's off now. Put the key back in, it's back. It just boots instantly. Some settings you might have to adjust. If you go into the settings app and go down to car, and then go down to factory settings, that's not a reset. It says, it just brings up this little box. So in that box, if you enter 1, 2 and indeed 6, okay, you get all of these displays. The CAN bus one tells you what car you've got. This one, other, here has the boot volume. Mine kept turning on silently. You can adjust that. This is where you find your car logos. There's all different car logos here. That's in there. There are some other things. The CAN bus front door swap. When you open the door, this pops up. But from new, the other side will probably open. If you set front door swap to swap rather than normal, then it will put that round the right way. When you apply this and exit, it will reboot the whole radio, so you have to wait a long time. You only do it once, you'll never go in there again. Also in the car setting is the EQ for the radio. The radio is much better than my last, the amplifier, sorry, is much better than my last one. And that's it really. The interface is fairly generic. Put that to miles per hour. I like it because it's simple. When you're driving, you want big buttons. Pocket Cast is a great app. It all your podcasts sync with whatever other devices you're using, so you can just play them in the car.
Rings,
hey.
And while the fingernails are impressive,
Peace and love.
Awful. If you touch the on-off switch, it mutes everything. Here's a top tip. Get the Hotspot Starter app if you've got an Android phone. When the phone Bluetooth connects to the car, it automatically launches your hotspot, which allows the Xtrons to log on to the internet without you doing anything. This is a lifesaver. I love these. My last one was fantastic. This one's better. The screen is better. The sound is better. the volume's higher. This DSP button takes you to that thing. You've got the usual 3D car sound. There's one called Car Set It Vehicle. Here we are. It shows you what's going on with your car at the moment. Door is closed, door not closed. How far you've gone, the temperature, oil temperature, battery voltage. Obviously if I start the car, here we are, that goes up to a healthy level. The handbrake's off. Put the seatbelt on. There we go. Everything's normal. When you're driving along, that's how it should look. There's a tyre pressure sensor thing as well, but I haven't got the you need a little thing on each wheel. I haven't got one, and a receiver, but that's that. So that's everything really. I love it. For the money, it can't be beaten. I think you should just rush out and buy one, really. One final thing. While I was installing this radio, I did have a couple of questions for technical support. I wrote to Mario in the UK office, and he gets back to you instantly, and he always knows the answer. That's why you should buy an Xtrons. The cheaper aftermarket radios you can get on eBay might save you £100 or so, but they leave you stranded. You have no idea what's going on. Xtrons are trying to do the right thing. They back up their product. They replace anything that's broken, and they're there to help. So, well done, Xtrons. I dig it.